the impact on what is, clearly a very precious resource here in Australia and across the globe, which is water. So we'll go down the panel. Keen to hear from you, who you are and what your perspective is on this from a broad brush perspective. Kicking off with Jim to start us off.
Sounds good. Hi, Tom. Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Rose. I lead the data center segment at Danfoss Pacific, focus on the cooling infrastructure, including heat exchangers and hydronics, and how the system operates in real world of data center. At its core, a data center is a heat problem. Almost all power coming in becomes heat that we need to manage, or needs to be managed. So that's the perspective I'll bring to the discussion today. But going back to your question, are we ready for AI revolution in Australia? I think the better question would be, what is actually changing? AI is a game-changing technology that everyone should become familiar with. And AI is also driving a step change to heat density, not just overall demand. So it means more heat, less footprint. And that's what's the gap starts to show. Real operation from the operators versus the design. So cooling is becoming one of the key factors now that determines if we are ready for AI, if we can actually deliver that capacity.
Yeah, great. If I can throw to you, Nishi, to give us the kind of operator perspective, what are you looking at as you're seeing customers come in, looking to build out an AI capability? What is the impact on water? What are you seeing from your perspective?
Yeah, great questions, Tom. So again, hi everyone, Nishi Raju, Head of Sustainability at NextDC. Just as context, NextDC is one of the largest DC operators in Australia. We're based in Australia, ASX listed. We've got facilities all across Australia, and now we're expanding into Asia Pac as well. So for me, to Jim's point, we recognise the unprecedented digital growth on the trajectory we're on, but to do that responsibly is probably the key focus area for me as well. So water being such a precious resource, a non-negotiable, non-replaceable resource, it's really important that we acknowledge where it's coming from and the relationship between, as Jim mentioned, the cooling design as well. So a lot of my responsibility is making sure that we're getting that historic right and as efficient as possible.
And across sort of, all of the things that you're thinking about, where does water rank in your sort of list of worries, I suppose, if I can put it that way?
Well, I mean, if we put things down in context a little bit more,
There you go.
obviously energy has been a big focus in this industry in general. But I think in the more recent years, there's been an acknowledgement that cooling systems also do rely on potable water consumption. And for those who are not familiar with how cooling systems work, water is actually one of the most powerful thermal exchange mediums, and it's really a great medium to dissipate heat. So, in Victoria, for example, at our M3 site, we, in West Footscray, we tend to use evaporative cooling for cooling our facility, which means that the reduction peak electricity demand, it's an energy and water trade-off, it is really 15% better. So you're not putting that strain on the grid as much. So we can use the cold Melbourne days and really get that cool outside air in and use that just to help cool the data halls. But now, as we're growing so rapidly, and of course, as you go to the hotter climates, potable water can't be necessarily the source that we're drawing for. So that's where we're really looking at, well, how can we change that reliance to more recycled water supply, or even just generally, how can we adapt our cooling systems so actually they're hybrid, they're flexible, and now we've got liquid to chip cooling. At the chip level, it's just every month it's just different, the conversation, but it's absolutely the top of our priority for sure.
Yeah, great. Joe, from the kind of supply side, I suppose, side of the equation, how are you thinking about this? Obviously, you're probably sick of talking about data centers at the moment as a water person, but how are you thinking about, oh God, we've just dealt with cloud, perhaps, to some degree, and now there's this new demand coming through from AI. How are you thinking about, our readiness here in Victoria to deal with the challenge around AI and water?
Yeah, thanks. So I'm Jo Lim. I'm the CEO of VicWater. We're the Victorian Water Industry Association. We represent all 18 government-owned water corporations in Victoria. We already have, around 45 data centres in Melbourne, and they obviously have been built and operating within our current policy and regulatory frameworks. Water corporations already have established processes and pathways for approvals. So in that sense, as a sector, we are ready.
Yeah.
But of course, last year the Victorian government announced that they want Victoria to be the Asia Pacific hub for data centres, and there's a lot of activity in attracting that new investment into our state. As government-owned entities, water corporations, we know that we have a role in enabling that investment and the economic growth of our state. But we also obviously have a really important stewardship role and responsibility to manage water sustainably and equitably, and to make sure that large water users, like the new data centres that are coming online, don't reduce the reliability and service levels for existing customers. They don't negatively impact our environment, and they don't place undue pressure on our limited water supplies, as Nishi has said. So really that readiness question, I think, is more about, are we ready as a sector, but as a society more broadly, to manage the competing demands that we have with the emergent data centre sector against non-residential users, against other commercial and industrial users, agricultural users, water for recreational use, water for the environment, water for First Nations. So that's really about where we sit on that readiness piece. And I think that as a sector and government too, we're really grappling with those questions. And the Australian government recently released its expectations of data centres, which talks about managing water efficiently and sustainably. And the Victorian government is also working on a sustainable data centre action plan to address these issues.
So Joe, you spoke there about, competing priorities. Not to kind of plug, mandala work, but in our recent report where we looked at this issue around data centre as a kind of catalyst for investment in energy and water infrastructure, one thing we're really interested in there is, to what extent is this about competition or a zero-sum kind of situation? To what extent can innovation and investment help kind of grow, I guess, the overall supply so that we aren't seeing trade-offs? I wonder if you could get your perspective on what that looks like from your point of view.
So currently there's work underway in government around water security more broadly. So the Minister for Water released the Water Security Plan for Greater Melbourne, Geelong and connected towns last September, which talks about how we are going to need to diversify our water service sources and also augment our water network going into the future. And that's looking at options like desalination, so expanded desalination capacity, using purified recycled water for drinking purposes, greater use of recycled water generally, and integrated water management. So that activity is going on even outside of the data centre stuff. We absolutely do see an opportunity for the data centre sector to be part of that work, as you say, to help us in that diversification and greater investment and greater innovation in securing water supplies for our community broadly. And we're really encouraged by the work around being water positive. We know that data centre developers are already well into that. You have your own sustainability goals that you're trying to meet, net zero goals and so on. So we absolutely see that there's great alignment there.
Yeah, great. Rob, I'd love to bring you in now here. What's your perspective? Ready, not ready? I'd love to hear from you on this.
Thanks, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rob Hammond, TBH. I'm a director at TBH. It's a consulting business. Our focus is the delivery of heavy infrastructure, particularly data centres, but also water infrastructure, power infrastructure, as well as hospitals, airports, etc. So we bring a very, construction-focused view on data centres. And I guess to come back to your question, Tom, in terms of readiness, I think when we look at data centres, for us, we do a lot of work with due diligence for investors and for developers, as well as for contractors, to understand feasibility of developments and understanding some of the constraints. So it's a really good question you're asking. When we look at it, I guess the 4 Ps that we normally look at is around people. That's the labour force to deliver. It's the procurement, so all the materials that are required to build a data centre. Obviously, power is a really big one. Power to site is a major constraint. We've heard a lot about that. And then there's the permitting side as well. And so, in terms of, I guess, Australia's readiness for that, I mean, the power is certainly one of the bigger challenges. The ironic thing is we've got enormous amounts of generation that we're building to solar farms and wind farms, etc., in regional parts of Victoria and up the east coast of Australia, which we can't actually connect up. And so what we've got is I guess the issue is around the infrastructure that connects the power to where the power is needed, and it's a similar thing for water as well. Yeah. So I think to answer your question, we're not ready for what's coming in terms of the demand, and I think the real challenge that we've got is we've got, I guess, data centres that are being built in locations where we can't effectively get the infrastructure to them. The infrastructure is sort of followed behind, and so really the way it should be is, I guess, the infrastructure is being built, and there's an encouragement for the data centres to be built in the right locations, and I think government's got a role to play in that.
So let me sort of throw that on you, Nishi. Why can't you just build the data centres where the water and the energy is, and save us all the drama? Like, what's the problem there?
It's a question that I get asked all the time. Just go where there's land and availability of resources. But I mean, if we go back to the basics again, DCs are very much responsive to customer demand, and we all are the customers. FYI, every one of us in this room are using AI and tech on our phones. So all of us want fast streaming, reduced latencies. But more than that, it's seeing that some of these DCs are actually absolutely critical infrastructure that enable the kinds of financial banking systems, medical facilities, and the latency is a real important aspect of design. And you've also got, we get off with the question of why can't you co-locate with renewable energy projects as well. In theory, it's great, but then you still have to connect to the grid in terms of the intermittency and the grid using the uptime requirements that we offer to our customers as well. But I think, as Rob mentioned, our customers are extremely further on the net zero pathway. They've got their own ambitious targets, water positive goals as well. Amazon's doing a lot of amazing work, for example, in water collection programs in the Murray-Darling Basin catchment area. So they recognise their water risk and their exposure there. I'm going to plug your report, and I can't remember the numbers to save my life, so I've got some stats in here. The Mandela report, really recommend everyone reading it. It was a fantastic read. DCs are really funding their energy transition in a lot of ways. So 70% of that energy footprint is actually backed by renewables. And I think in 2020, nearly $4 billion went into grid infrastructure upgrades. So that's energy and water infrastructure to get the access to resource on site, and that's in metro areas. Yeah. So you can imagine the capital that would require if we're going to start jumping further out. And then, of course, compromise population system factors well.
Joe, can I bring you in here on this sort of regional metro divide and the infrastructure implications from that? You cover the entire state of Victoria, both metro and regional. How are you thinking about this issue and the balance between different factors?
Yeah, so data centre activity is really only being seen in the metro areas. I mean, there's the odd infrastructure going in regional areas, and so Kemple, for example, has announced a big data centre going out in Gippsland. And I think there's stuff going on in Ballarat potentially, and some others. But really, we're talking about metro. But I was saying this to you guys earlier. The impacts on our water network, though, and our water grid, will be felt outside of metro if we don't manage this properly. So, each water corporation is responsible for their own service area, but they're all part of a connected grid, and so you need to be looking at the impacts across that holistically, as well as within the specific service area.
Yes.
Can I just add another point as well? I think it's really important to recognise that not all DCs are the same as well. So we've got your metro DCs, which are government healthy. You've got the edge facilities, which really help with the remote kind of applications. And you've got hyperscale facilities, which is where you see a lot of that AI deployment. They all have different requirements, different uptime, resilience. All of that whole story is to be looked at. And often an XDC, in our portfolio, the approach to cooling is really dependent on the workload. So if we recognise there is water stress, and say, as we're moving to KL, for example, water-based cooling is probably not the best option.
Yeah.
So we're looking at air-based ship with optionality. But it's more about the water stress and resilience. So it's really, it can't be looked at as a commercial building on its own. It's an island. It has to be seen as a sector. It's probably a key point.
Yeah. The next topic that I wanted to move on to is this question about how you forecast demand and variability, which I think sort of is a neat segue from what we were talking about there about each location has different requirements. How are you looking at that as an operator and thinking about, looking forward? There's so much uncertainty. How are you planning and how are you thinking about those issues?
Yeah, it's a real issue. Again, reading a stat from your report, I think nearly 8 gigawatts of connection requests went to AEMO last year. Of that, I think got filtered down to, 44 gigawatts. It filtered down to 8 gigawatts because I can't remember the business. And that just shows a misleading headline, gigawatts that are floating around, right?
Yeah.
So it is really hard to quantify the megawatts or gigawatt connections that are going out there. But what we do in XDC is really work with our customers and their forecasting, their roadmap plans in terms of what as well. We have very early conversations with regulators and utility providers on what we think the capacity might be for that life cycle of the asset. That's a critical part of that business. That is as real. We have ongoing conversation with customers early on as well. So before we even lock in a contract, which are multi-year contracts, and what actually is this suitable for this particular site, or is there somewhere else around offering them dimension as well? So there's a lot of different factors here for appropriate content.
Can I bring you in here, Jim? What's
Sure.
your perspective on this?
For me, it's not just the level of demand, it's how it behaves. We're talking about AI now.
Yeah.
AI workloads are very dynamic. They sort of ramp, shift, and they don't follow the smooth patterns. So it means that it creates variation across the systems, especially with a thinner margin that we have right now, that we have very less room for error.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So having capacity is one thing. Holding it stable, it becomes very difficult. So in my opinion, it's very difficult to sort of like predict what's going to happen as the compute powers keep changing and increasing over time. So I think I listened earlier today, we're talking about 200 kilowatt per rack, and now we're looking at 600 kilowatt in the next coming months. That is crazy. So the variability is real. So that's the issue that we have right now, really.
Yeah, and so how are you approaching that, right? Yes, we're all dealing with a lot of uncertainty, right? We've got to act, right? How are you thinking about that, and what are you advising your customers?
For engineering perspective, of course, we have to use the most efficient technology. The technology is already there. We just have to integrate it properly. As I said earlier, if we're not really doing it right, the interaction between all the systems won't work. So it means you targeting PUE at 1.2, for instance, but it doesn't work, it won't actually have the same impact itself, especially with the variation right now with AI. So in saying that power, water, cooling must be considered all one together, not separate.
Yeah.
We all have to work this together. We already have the technology, we just have to use it properly.
Yeah.
I think to your point as well, the flexibility in design
Yes.
is probably another really big. So designing things which are not for the next 2-3 years, but a 10-year period. We're looking at life cycles of 50 years in an asset. So how do you know what will happen to those in terms of innovation? Like liquid to chip cooling's out becoming huge. So we're trying to provide that future flexibility.
Correct.
The ability to retrofit if you need to, the ancillary provisions, whether it be the coolant plug-in options that you can then replicate such that in the future, if you want to upgrade, the customers want to upgrade their data walls, it's all ready.
Yeah, okay.
So to add it up as well, there's no single answer when it comes to cooling technology or rejecting heat out of the data center itself. It comes down to trade-offs.
Yeah.
Really, it could be water or power. It's how you balance those water, power, and reliability. At the end of the day, we're talking about reliability. There's no single answer for that. So we just have to hook together on that.
Yeah, Rob, What's your take on this issue?
Look, I think, as mentioned before, one issue, the phantom demand for power, and I think the same for water, Joe.
Yeah, it's an issue.
So really hard to, I guess, sort of get a sense as to what the real demand is. It doesn't cost a lot to put an application in, but once you're in the queue, then there's certainly a motivation to do that. So I guess that's the challenge for us. On the other side, we've also got amazing improvements in terms of technology, in terms of efficiency as well. And so what does that mean in terms of the enabling infrastructure to support it, and some of the stuff that Danfoss is doing is great in terms of the advancements they're making through there. Big plug for you.
Thank you.
But I guess that the real risk is that with these uncertain signals about demand, we'll build sort of enabling infrastructure, water treatment plants or the like in the wrong locations. And so I go back again to my point before about, I guess, the leadership role from government to say this is a region that we want to develop. We're going to build the enabling infrastructure and encourage people to come to build in that location.
And do you think for government there it's more about the carrot or more about the stick in terms of getting that sort of coalescence and I suppose synergy between these trade-offs that Jim was talking about?
That's a really good point. I think it can be both. Yeah. Certainly, the speed at which the permits can be pushed through. We've seen that in Victoria compared to what they're doing in New South Wales. I think it's a year is quick in New South Wales to get a permit approval versus 2 months here in Victoria. So the Victorian government has said we're serious about this and driven in that direction. So that's a really positive sign. I guess at the same time, if you don't have the right, environmentally favourable things that gives it a social licence to operate, and government can use it as a stick as well, and saying your permit's going to take longer to get approval or not at all.
Yeah. Joe, phantom demand, sounds like a horror story.
Yeah, it is.
Certainly, I think can be a horror story, when you're looking at all the different kind of requests that you're coming for infrastructure. I'd love to hear your perspective on that on the other side of the table. When you see all the ghosts that are arriving, how are you dealing with this question?
Well, it's trying to understand which are the ghosts. So last year I spoke on a panel about this time, and my members had briefed me beforehand, and they'd told me that with the applications that they were aware of, plus the existing data centres already in Melbourne and around, if you took that whole collective demand, it was equivalent at peak time, equivalent to 3,000 litres of water per second, which is about 100,000 households or the city of Geelong. So that was what I was saying this time last year, right?
Yeah.
We've refined our understanding a lot since then.
Yeah.
But from our side of the fence, we don't necessarily know which applications are genuine or which are speculative. And to your point, Rob, it's easy to chuck an application in, isn't it? And then I know that obviously operators are busily then kind of backfilling that in a sense in terms of contracting up clients to understand whether those are going to go ahead or whatever. So, but we don't see that. We just see the application, and we need to assess that application as an individual application, even though it might not actually go ahead. It's tricky for us because it doesn't necessarily align with our existing timeframes for planning and demand forecasting. So water corporations do urban water strategies every 5 years, where they forecast demand out for the next 5-year period. And so if an application for a new connection comes in that is within that demand forecast, that's pretty simple to deal with. If an application exceeds that forecast, then a whole assessment needs to be made looking at what that's going to do to water reliability, whether there's going to need to be infrastructure upgrades, when can they happen, how will they be paid for, etc., etc. So that is a challenge for us.
Do you have the tools you need to work out what's real and what's not? Are there things that you would like to be able to, add to your ghost-busting toolkit, I suppose?
Well, it really comes down to this early engagement, which Nishi has spoken about. And so we're really strongly encouraging data centre developers, operators to engage early with their local water corporation and also through the state government, because they are kind of consolidating a lot of this planning work, particularly for major projects. So that early engagement, we really absolutely strongly encourage that, because water corporations can then give advice on site selection, on the availability of infrastructure. Particularly, we're trying to push data centres towards using recycled water as much as possible. But obviously recycled water infrastructure is located in certain areas, it's not everywhere. So I think that's really key. And then, transparency, we would love greater transparency among the data centre sector to really understand what the activity is.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great segue, from that recycled water conversation into this question about what is the right technology mix. Jim, what do you think the right cooling approach is? You said this is about balancing trade-offs, but have you got what's the kind of silver bullet?
Okay, what we see nowadays in Australia, for instance, air systems, they are simpler. They remove the need for the water, but they also struggle in high density now because we're talking about AI. But we also have the water-based systems. They're more effective on handling heat itself and rejecting heat, but it adds complexity to the systems and dependency on water. Okay, and that's why we have the hybrid approach is becoming really popular right now, because it adapts to the load and requirement on site. But again, it's not just about the technology, it's how we balance those stuff as well. It's always a trade-off. There's no perfect technology. At the end of the day, it's about thermodynamics. You still have to reject the heat out of the data center itself.
Yeah.
So it's a system decision, not a technology decision. So getting the perfect balance, getting the right engineering is important to enable the capacity, the efficiency, and the reliability.
Yeah. Actually, how are you thinking about this from an operator perspective? You were talking about, I guess, building an optionality for customers going forward, and the variability between different regions. How are you thinking about the right technology mix for the right site?
Yeah, I guess for us, my perspective is that there is no right cooling sort of solution for AMDC. Jim's right, there is a bit more of a shift towards the air-based cooling. So the chip level cooling and facility level cooling. So the chip level is going to see a lot of that liquid to chip deployment, cooling articulation, closed loop systems, call it. At that facility level, you're seeing that from the traditional water-based maybe towards an air-based. But again, if you ask our engineers in Victoria, they will absolutely say that we can get liquid to chip at chip level and utilise Melbourne climate freezer properly, the humidity gains that we have here, you can get PUEs as low as 1.4 to 1.5 in through facility, which is fantastic energy grid pressure, right? So, but then you go to Queensland, it's not possible. So the humidity will kill us. So it's really about designing to the facility local site conditions. And to Joe's point before was early engagement with our customers as well as the utility providers.
Correct.
And then, if we're guaranteeing a consumption in our facility, we're actually giving business cases to these recycled water facilities. So actually financially, we are fantastic takeover.
Yeah.
But again, it's the timelines which is really challenging for us. I guess NextDC has been in the game for a very long time, so there's a lot of trust in the industry for us.
Yeah.
We're also ASX listed, so the scrutiny that we get, it's probably a bit too much, being public. But that's also really a good thing because it gives that credibility to customers that, okay, if NextDC is going to regulators and utility providers, there's an actual proper business case there. It's not just a phantom word that we're taking on. So, but again, we need market speed as a priority. So our builds are 18 months. We can't wait for budgets to be released and then talk about it, and then 4 or 5 years in actual building. I mean, that's 8 years already gone in terms of guaranteed recycled water again check got to start. So
all right, Rob. Well, then let's go to you on what actually gets built. How much does technology choice impact speed, I guess, to market? How are you thinking about those issues?
Yeah, I think as Jim said, there's no sort of single answer here. It's very much context specific. It's very irresponsible to build a water-intensive asset in a place where there is not a lot of water, and that goes to the social license side of things. And I guess from some of the investors that we provide advice to, their drivers are really, as she said, speed to market and reliability. And so, you know, and cheaper means, you know, generally means a better ROI. So you've got that tension in terms of, I guess, what the investors are looking for, as opposed to what's appropriate for the environment which you're building. And so that social license piece, I guess, we're starting to increasingly see pushback from community going, this is not responsible construction. And that's probably a healthy thing to challenge, I guess, the pure, you know, economics of let's do this as cheaply as we can, get the best ROI on it. So I think to your question, there's no single answer, but that sort of balance between those two drivers is really important.
And probably another point I should mention, Tom, is that, you know, water-based infrastructure is very quiet compared to air-based. So, you know, if you've got metro facilities which are neighbouring residents, they don't want to hear those loud bangs buzzing away background. So from a planning provision perspective as well, we've got retention going to fish. The embodied carbon of water-based infrastructure is much better. It's like 30 years in terms of the shelf life, in terms of the placement of the filters. Air-based, you're getting into 5 feet, so blue ticks go through emissions. Hence, it's really important to have a zoomed-out system of it. Not saying that water is the best cooling methodology, but these are the type of trade-offs that Judy was mentioning that always.
Yeah, great. Joe, you know, you're here as the kind of representative of the water industry. Are you hearing what Nishi's saying, oh, that's all right, well, I don't really care about noise or electricity usage. I'm the water person. So can you just lay off the water already? Like, what, do you have a perspective on technology and how are you, I guess, thinking about this, or is it just for you? Look, the requests come and we handle the requests that we get.
Yeah, so we're pretty agnostic about the technology solutions and system solutions. That's not really our bag.
Yeah.
But obviously, would love to see solutions that use non-potable water and are circular. You know, so minimising water use, just that whole water efficiency piece. But we totally understand the trade-offs in terms of water versus energy and what that does to overall net zero and overall sustainability goals and social license as well. So, you know, we also carry social license and public trust and so on is really important to us too. So it's in our interest as well to be working collaboratively with the data centre sector to come up with the best solution for a particular area or a particular development.
And where do you see that social license as it relates to water in Victoria right now? You know, I know that, you know, you mentioned, you know, learning a lot about the profile of data centre demand over the last year. Certainly we've learned a lot as we've done some work on this topic here at Mandala. You know, how do you see community attitudes right now, and do you think they're trending in a good direction or, you know, bad direction, or what's your perspective, I guess, on that?
So we are heading into probably water restrictions for next summer. So Melbourne's storages are, I think they're at their lowest point in 6 years. The Minister for Water just put in the order to the desal plant for the maximum capacity that the desal plant can provide, which is 150 gigalitres, which accounts for a third of Melbourne's water supply. Even that, though, might not be sufficient to see us through the next summer without needing to bring in some form of restrictions, unless we have an amazing winter and spring. But that is not what the BOM is telling us is going to happen. So I think that is when people will start to focus more on water.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've come off the back of, I think we had 3 La Nina years in a row, and half of Victoria was underwater back in 2022.
Yeah.
So people were not thinking of water shortage or that there's a problem with water. It has turned around very quickly from there. And so I think that as more people become aware of that, and as government needs to be taking more action around that, I think this is where the social licence is going to start to be called into question a bit.
Yeah, and the Victorian government's been very forward-leaning about the economic benefits of data centres. We've got a state election coming up, so perhaps those two things can coincide in, you know, perhaps what is a mix that potentially is not necessarily conducive to development, I guess.
No, but as I mentioned earlier, we have a water security plan. There is a water security task force currently working on that, due to report by March next year on what are the next big investments that we're going to need to make, another desal plant or whatever it might be. So certainly it's not like government and the water sector is doing nothing about this situation. We are moving forward, and then there is the opportunity, as I said before, to work collaboratively with the data centre sector, so that we're all contributing to that social life growth.
Yeah. In the short period of time we've got left, I'd love to hear your sort of final takeaways in terms of what are the practical barriers that we need to work on so that we can make sure that we get this balance that we've been speaking about across each of these topics right. Start with you, Nishi.
Yeah, I think from a barrier perspective, I think it's the more collaboration that we can do. And I know that word gets thrown around everywhere, but it's just so obvious and so important. You're raising fantastic points about the water scarcity being real, restrictions being a real reality for us in Victoria. Hence, we're working very proactively with South East Water and incorporating flexible water that say, well, actually, is this a reality that we're going to be tapping into in our DAs and our design? Should we have a flexi approach where we've got air-based as our go-to, and then it's recycled water tied in what the timelines look like?
Yeah, okay.
Can we get other stakeholders in the same area to then guarantee offtake of that recycled water plant once it's up and operational? So that kind of collaboration is happening before we even started and signing contracts. So I guess engagement with the community as well is probably another huge thing as well, taking them along the journey, not just being a dystopian, a building that they have no idea, this big red and black building that's sitting there, but explain, well, that's actually contributing to the economy, thing as well. So bringing everyone along the journey.
Yeah. Rob, what is the kind of final message you'd like to leave us with in terms of the practical things we can do to make sure that we get the balance right?
Yeah. 1800s we built railways, 1900s we built highways. We're now building digital infrastructure that's going to serve us for the next 100 years plus. There is an amazing opportunity for us to, as a country, to take advantage of that with the resources that we have to build renewable energy and water infrastructure to make this a sustainable infrastructure going forward, and provides benefits not only to the data centres but also to community as well. So I think there's a real opportunity for a win-win outcome if we do things right.
Jim?
Well, my message would be we need to design for how the system operates in real life, not ideal conditions. In Australia, that means sustained heat, variability that I mentioned earlier, and also sustained load as well.
So
that way, we can consider all the elements we talked about earlier, like the cooling, the water, the reliability should be balanced. And at the same time, we remove the bottleneck as well for the constraints. So when you get it right, we enable capacity and AI, the future. When you get it wrong, cooling becomes the constraint. And that's how we do a better engineering future, by getting the fundamentals right. That would be all for me.
So, Joe, what would you like to leave us with, I guess, on this topic? From the perspective of the state as a whole, what do we need to get right here?
Look, obviously my fellow panelists have already covered this a lot, but it does come down to that early engagement, the transparency, really helping the water sector to understand what usage and demand looks like, encouraging use of non-potable water, so recycled water as much as possible, water efficient technology solutions, and we didn't really touch on this, but also fair and equitable contribution towards the costs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of the infrastructure that is going to be needed.
Yeah, for sure. We've heard that cost is not a primary consideration,
well,
but also
not on the data centre side,
totally,
but
right?
it certainly is on the water side.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well then I think that's the end of our panel conversation. So can you join me in thanking our panelists?
Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.